Hello? Please tell me everything is working. I did not have time to double check everything. It's been a while. Hi. It's been a while. It's been about like 2 full months since the last stream. I've been having a time. I got injured and couldn't sit at my chair, and then the second I was feeling good enough to stream again, our Wi-Fi got cut on accident, and they couldn't fix it. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm back now. They wanted me dead so bad, but I'm here now, so they failed. Which is good for me, I guess. Hi. Universe said no streams for 2 months. Honestly, I think it might have been a good thing. I think if I wasn't forced to stop streaming, I would have come here a bit too early and hurt myself again. So maybe it's a good thing. But at the same time, I missed you guys. Hi. I missed doing these so much. They're always so much fun. So, our Wi-Fi got cut around the time that I was going to do my birthday stream back in December. So it's my birthday stream now. We're doing it now. Hi, it's my birthday today. It is now my birthday. I'm making the executive decision that today is also my birthday. I also forgot to lock my door. Give me 2 seconds. You can tell it's been a while. Ugh. Okay, I never forget to lock my door anymore. It's been a while. You don't have to give me a present because it's not actually my birthday. Happy unbirthday? You're gonna unbirthday me? Does that mean you're taking away my birthday? Oh fuck. Anyway, we're just gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend that today is my birthday. Don't worry about it. I was also going to do a celebratory stream when I finished all of the writing for Whisper Court. I was gonna like do like a funny poster kind of thing. And then that didn't happen either because I finished it while I was hurt. So we're combining the two. This is also my celebratory I finished the script for Whisper Court stream. We're doing both of them now. So yeah, this is the thing that I sketched for today. It's my birthday and Whisper Court's birthday. So this is the thing that I did. It's like a character lineup, kind of like height comparison thing, but also just like, this is everybody. This is everyone. This story is not gaining new characters. This is everybody. Which I don't think... I think out of the like 30 something stories I have, maybe 2 of them I know I'm never adding more characters to. So we have all of the guys here. And I love all of them. There was like a funny comparison I wanted to make. It is very silly to me that everyone in the neighborhood is like wildly different in terms of appearance because they're ghosts. They can do whatever they want. And then all the people are just like, yeah, this is a human man. This is a human person. Look at all these like regular people. And then we get more like funky guys. Like, it's so funny to me that they're just in the middle. Like, look at this shit. It's so funny. Anyway, I forgot I have to take off my bracelet because it makes really loud noises when I'm trying to draw. And we can't have that. I'm putting my gender on hold. Where is the neighborhood one? This one. This one. This is the one I wanted to start with. They're all so cute together. It's all of them. Oh, yeah, the plushies. The plushies. So, I thought you know, part of celebrating, I'm just gonna add all of the plushie PNGs I have saved. I technically could have added more. I try not to add anything that isn't a plushie that I own. Like all of these guys, as far as I can tell, let me double check. Yeah, I own all of these plushies. Or I will! I will! Oh my god! Guys! I have to say this for the stream crowd. I got the Zumbini plushie from the raffle. So I do actually own that one now. Or at least I will. It's still shipping. It hasn't gotten here yet. But, oh my god. They got me a funny guy. So, that one was always the exception to the rule of like I can't add it to my stream overlay because I don't own it, because I thought I would never own it, and then they emailed me and was like, "Hey, we do you want a Zumbini plushie?" And of course I said yes, because why would I turn down Zumbini plushie? Holy shit! Hang on. Is there literally anything I can close? Hang on, this is worse than I remember. Don't tell me all of the plushies are like slowing down my computer. Oh my god. Hang on. Let me know if that does anything to the stream. If something suddenly goes bad because I did that. Forgot all about the words you were saying because I saw Finch and started crying. Their baby. The captions? Are the captions not going? Are the captions explode? Okay, captions are important. I'll leave that on. I'll just deal with it, and I'll leave that on. I don't wanna explode the captions. I tried minimizing the tab, and it looks like that means it can't keep up with the actual captions like live if I do that. So I'll just put up with this, and you guys can have the captions. Those are important. You need those. Oh my god, I am so happy though that like I finished writing Whisper Court, because like that's the hardest part of any of this, is like having to write all of it down and like assemble the story in a way that makes sense. And now I never have to worry about that again because it's done. It's done. I wrote all of it. Oh. And I'm glad you liked it. I've been like reading a lot like recently, so not while I was writing this, about like I don't want to say like criticism, but more like reviews for like writing and pacing and things, and it's made me very nervous about my own pacing and like whether or not the ending is a little bit like forced. So I kind of want to go back and reread it, but also it is so sweet and so lovely that honestly, even if it was a little like this just happened because it had to make the story good, it's still making the story good. It's making it silly. It's making it sweet. Finch gets to be happy, and there's nothing wrong with that. It should have happened sooner. They should have been happy far before the point where I actually made it. I could probably like go through the script and count how many times they smile in the whole book. And I'm going to make a guess right now that it is no more than 20. Oh fuck, I didn't check the alerts. Thank you for the follow! I don't have alerts in a place where I can see it. I have to manually open OBS again to look at them. Maybe I should do something about that. I didn't realize that was gonna be a problem during art streams. Alerts jump scare, yeah, I forgot it makes a sound. It was so scary. I forgot it makes a noise. Alerts jump scare for real, like it actually spooked me. Also, for a response to why did I do that in referring to Finch only smiles 20 times in the whole thing, everyone is so mean to them all the time, and for what? They're literally so small. It's not my fault though. It's everybody else. I just had to write them being mean to them. And that's not my fault. That's just how they are. Not my fault. I plead the fifth. I'm not involved. Don't worry about it. They are so small and tiny. They're so small and tiny. I will say, I think one of my, like, favorite bits of character in the whole thing is just the fact that, like, all of them start antagonistic towards Finch except for Lorelai. And then I think Thistle and Jewel are the main ones where as soon as they actually, like, sit down and talk to Finch, they go, oh, wait a second. This is a baby. This is a small child? I am adopting you right now. And then they're besties. Jewel sucks in the start. Jewel sucks so bad. Jewel is just, oh, she sucks. But she gets better. She has learned the error of her ways, and now she has a new baby. She's pretty. She's exempt from the standards because she's pretty. She is though, she is. I animated the I'm going to kill the next person I fucking see, I swear to God thing with Jewel. And I don't know why it took me until then, but I fell madly in love with her. It took me so long, but drawing that made me go, wait a second, she's pretty. She's pretty and I'm in love with her. Like, hang on. Look at her. Look at her, she's so pretty. Oh my god. Ugh. She's pretty. I need to draw her more often now. Especially now that she's the love of my life. When she's not being an asshole. The part of me that loves storytelling thinks Jewel is really awesome. The part of me that loves kids so much wants her dead. No, she learns. She learns. She just kind of, okay, so the thing with Jewel that I had to keep in mind is she assumes all of the gossip told to her is true unless proved otherwise, because it's usually funnier if it's true. And it's funnier if she messes with people until they like tell her what actually happened, and then she has the ultimate gossip, which is the actual thing that occurred that started rumors and stuff. Like she fucking loves gossip and rumors and all that so much. It's so fun for her. But it did also mean that she spends a lot of the beginning going, that new ghost is like evil. Cause wouldn't it be funny if like a demon came to the sanctuary and it was just like a 5-year-old? That's really funny. And then she actually interacted with Finch and went, wait a second, you are so small? Wait, hang on. Cause like she's kind of like the fun aunt to Pepper. She's just the silly aunt. She doesn't want any of the responsibility of like being a mother figure to anyone, but she'll take care of them. She'll be cool. And then she met Finch and went, wait a second, you are so small and I need to take care of you. It's part of the reason why I don't think it would ever. I have called her a wine aunt in my head. That I have referred to her as the wine aunt before. It's part of the reason why I don't think it'll ever be canon, because I haven't thought about it enough for it to be canon. But I've started like potentially clinking Lorelai and Jewel together like dolls in my head. I think they would be cute. I think they would be adorable, because there's a couple of scenes in there that made me go, wait a second. They would actually be really cute together. They're actually adorable. Again, I don't know if it will ever be canon. I kind of don't want to focus on stuff like that in this story because it's not about that. But Lorelai and Jewel, the two accidental mother figures, except Lorelai did it on purpose. They thought Lorelai was Arrow? I mean, she might be. Again, it will probably never be canon. I've just been thinking about it. I don't think I'm going to go into relationships too much in this story unless it's like Nina and Johan or Wally and Nathaniel. And I love them. So like y'all can do whatever you want, honestly. Like I accidentally implied that Arlo was aromantic as well. And I didn't know that until he said that. I didn't know that. He just kind of started being a really big aromantic mood, and that just happened. I had no say over that. Like, I didn't know. So honestly, I don't think about it as much with these guys. They can do whatever they want, and you can do whatever you want. Just love Nina and Johan so much when they are not together. You just want Nina for yourself. Willow, I cannot stress enough. Dating Nina is one of the worst things you could possibly choose to do. She is a horrible, horrible person, and I know that just makes her all the more appealing to you, but you need to understand. Like... She fucking sucks. She sucks so bad. Like, if you like, oh, wait. I was gonna say, if you talk to her once, she will consider you a close friend. If you invite her somewhere and no one else shows and it's just the two of you, she considers it a date. And she will just start being really possessive of you after that. Like, all of that. Can I just say, I think I just described Amadeo. I think we just accidentally made the same unhinged pink character. And just, like, changed the gender. Listen, I'm in love with Amadeo. I need to draw him again. I miss him. What the hell? I do. I think Nina could make Amadeo worse. I think they can make each other worse. In like the most irritating way possible. God, Amadeo is wonderful. I always draw him for art fight. I gotta stop doing that, but I'm gonna keep doing it, just so you know. God, I love Nina though. I don't know how she ended up like this. It was just supposed to be, oh no, she gets tricked into doing stuff for the bad guy, and now suddenly she's the most unhinged woman in the world. I don't know how this happened, genuinely. She's so pretty, I hope she dies? Well, I don't know if she does. That's the thing. I have ideas. I have vague ideas for a sequel. I don't know if she does. I don't know if she will. I usually don't like killing my characters. I like being able to, like, put them on the back burner and maybe come back to them later if it would be cool to include them in something. I don't know if I'd want to kill. I guess this is a ghost story, so like even if I did kill her, she's not off the table in terms of being involved in the plot. know. I guess I could. I don't think I will. I like her alive. There's something deeply wrong with her. I think she should go directly to hell. Well, There's like a joke forming in my head. You're gonna have to give me a minute for this one. Hang on. She kind of already is. Personal hell of her own making. She did that to herself. Need an unhinged pink character. Everyone should have a character that is so pink and there's something so deeply wrong with them. Like, you... It's so much fun. It is so much fun to make a pink character that is just so fucked up. You will have a lovecore horrible character, and you will like it. It's great. They're so much fun to write. Okay, everyone, this is your homework assignment for tonight. Go make a character that's pink and that you want to beat to death in the street. And then meet back here on like Tuesday and we'll go over the results. It's happening. It's happening live in my chat. People are getting funny pink characters. I love it here. You guys are awesome. They're good. They're so much fun to write. They're awesome. I kind of feel bad for Fitz. Cause like, I love his design. Look at him. He's got the funny eye thing going on. He's not there for very long. I don't actually know that much about him. He's probably like the least developed character here. Solely because he's just not here. He's not here. Oh god, if I write the sequel, he is gonna be there though. I'd have to like think about him as a character. Oh. Okay, everyone, this is your homework again. Go make a character and name it Fritz. I didn't do anything with this guy, and I feel kind of bad because like the concept slaps. He's just also not there for very long. He's so funny though. He's so funny because technically, since he's a ghost and Will-O-Wisp can see ghosts, he's still technically under contract. So I do think he is like legally required to still do his job, which would piss him off so much. What if you named the guy you got from Fritz? That's awesome. Please do it. Please do it. That's so funny. He's dead and he does not get out of work because his boss can see ghosts. Like, his boss can see ghosts. Being dead and being a ghost does not mean he gets out of work. Yeah, why do you think he's mad all the time? He's so pissed. His responsibilities just went from like ghost related things to like training new investigators kind of things, because like he knows how to do it now that he's dead, and it pisses him off so much. He's constantly mad. Does he get paid? He has no need for money. He would not use the money for anything. He is the one that everyone kind of sends to Will-O-Wisp to ask her to get stuff for them. So, like, Lorelai wants some new flowers. Pepper thinks it would be funny to have a GameCube, and Fritz is the one that usually gets them that stuff. So I would assume that he would know how to ask for stuff for himself. He's not getting paid because there's nothing he really needs to buy with that money. He's dead. He doesn't need food. He doesn't need rent. Like, he's chilling. There's nothing going on. He's hanging out. It's the way of the Fritz to be trapped in a position you don't want to be in? Oh no! Well, I mean, I can't even argue with you. Yeah, that is what he's doing. And it sucks so bad and he hates it. I don't think I can make this joke. Hang on. I don't think I can make this joke. But I'm going to say it anyway. Just cutting out parts of it. Fritz hates Rose so much. I don't think it's ever really mentioned in comic because it's not really important. But Rose was the ghost that killed him as an investigator. He hates her so much. So the end of the comic is very funny to me now. Now that I'm thinking about it. He fucking hates Rose. He wants her dead, but she's already dead, so there's not really anything he can do. Wait, this is the glove. This is the glove. This is the bones. Okay. Like, but like, he's got like ghost eye. I don't know if I have, I need to pull up his ref so I can like explain this. You have no idea how much my mouse is lagging right now. It's physically painful to watch this. Fritz. I need the Fritz ref. Oh, it's taking a very long time to load. Oh no. There we go, there we go. So I have his full ref. Thank you for designing him, Willow. I appreciate it. So like he's got all these like bone sections on his design, and like this blue eye has like the black, what is it, like sclera? Like he's got all the funny bone stuff. Bro, that's like all the places that had major injuries when he died. That's like how he died, was all this shit going bad. Rose was fucking brutal, man. And he, like, respawned as a ghost in her house because that's where he died and went, hey, man, what the fuck? What the hell? What's wrong with you? And then she just left. Like, you know that joke about, like, if you get killed by a ghost, you become a ghost, and then it's like, hey, what the hell? And then it just becomes really awkward. It's exactly that. That is what happens. There is something deeply wrong with her. She got a little annoyed and just killed a man about it. Which, thinking about it now, I think she's one of the only ghosts that, like, has enough power to be able to do that in the first place. I don't think most of them could do that if they tried. Let me fade Finch. Get Finch out of here. Make them lower their opacity so I can see what I'm doing. Rose? They're still here! Don't worry about it, they're still here! They're just lowered opacity! Stop freaking out about it, they're still here, I promise. Oh, what was I gonna say? Rose, honestly, was one of the most fun characters to write. It was actually really funny, because, like, I didn't have too much planned for her in, like, how she would speak before I wrote her talking. And turns out she's really fun. She speaks in a very, like, monotone voice constantly. So even when she's like asking a question or making a very harsh statement, it's always a period. She never uses any like question marks or exclamation marks. It's always a period because she just never raises her voice. And that makes me read her dialogue with like a very specific tone in mind. And it makes some of these scenes really fun. It makes them really fun. Also, there's something wrong with her. But that's another that's another topic for another day. God, she's pretty though. I can forgive the crimes because she's hot. Like here, Rose, the Rose lair. Fucking look at her. I'm in love with her. I can't keep doing this with every beautiful woman. I'm sorry. I love women. I think they're pretty. Leave me alone. She's pretty. Huge shout out to Your Only Dr. Pepper for designing her to be so beautiful. Oh, she's so pretty. Like, I saw the adopt post go up with her. And just, I had to have her. She was so pretty. And it was totally worth it. She's like one of my favorite characters now. She just also sucks to draw sometimes because she's got so much detail. But it's worth it because I love her. I'm in love with her. If you were debating buying her, then sucks to be you, I guess. She's mine. I'm never giving her back. You can't have her. She's my wife. You can't have her. It's fine. You got Angel. It's equivalent exchange. I would like to thank Undertale and the brief span of time where I drew Sans a lot for being the only knowledge I have on how to draw bones. It was a very brief span of time. It was like maybe was it like a year? Thank you, Sans Undertale, for teaching me how to draw bones. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Sans Undertale. I love you, Sans Undertale. Man, I kind of miss drawing stuff for Undertale. I had that whole comic going for it. I had so many plans for that, but as always, there was just too many things going on and there was no feasible way for me to do all of it. I think if I was still making that comic, I would still be making that comic. Looked up Sans once for something and Google gave you Sans Undertale Terraria? He's in Terraria now? They put him in the funny game that my friends play? He's everywhere. I don't fucking know how to draw bones, actually. Hang on. There may be a chance I just lied to all of you. Hang on. I'm gonna call that good. No one cares about Fritz. No one cares about him. No one's gonna look at this one very closely. Just forget I said that, and we're all good. That Underfell comic is still going? Really? Holy shit. Good for them, honestly, for sticking with that. Oh my god. Did I just explode? Are we exploding? Oh no. Yeah, we dropped frames for a bit. I think we're good now, though. I think we're good? I'm gonna say we're good. We haven't gone out of the green since I checked. We're fine. We're normal. Wait a second! The next one I have to line is Jewel. Please load. Yeah! She's so pretty! She's so pretty! She's pretty. She's pretty. She's pretty. She sucks so bad, but I'm in love with her. Like, oh, look at her! She's so pretty! I'm already starting to like run out of ideas of stuff to say because so much of my favorite stuff in this comic is stuff I legally cannot talk about. Oh my god. 2-hour stream of me just going, hey, look at Jewel. Look at Jewel. She's so pretty. I love her so much. Oh boy. Curse of the comic? Yeah. Yeah. Looking at you, Willow. Yeah. Curse of the comic. Yeah. At least, okay, like, here's the thing about Curse of the comic, though. At least Willow is close to being able to say stuff. I have to start from the beginning. In like 2 years? Yeah, well that's nothing compared to the like 4 or 5 years I've already been doing this. You're close. Like in webcomic time, you're pretty close to being able to say stuff. I've been following comics that have been going on for like 6 years and I still don't know like where the plot is going. All things considered, you're doing awesome. Oh my god, Jewel. Stop being a bitch. When will never satisfied return from the war? I miss it. Also, everyone go read the Death Speaker. Like right now. Even if you've already read it, go read it again. It's really good. I need to reread it. Like from the start. You get to talk about Theron now! They're no longer spoiler character! And I love them. Everyone go read the Death Speaker. I kind of love that like Jewel was just such a bitch and so fucking mean when she was alive. That she straight up got assassinated and then was like, fucking coward, couldn't even like fully kill me, I'm still kicking, baby. Oh, I love her. Like she sucks, but in a funny way. I love her. I kind of want to like go more into the backstories of everybody in the sequel. I'm just not sure there's like a natural way for me to do that. Like you get Lorelai's backstory. You get to see Lorelai's backstory in the comic. I put it in there. But that's because she had a very specific reason for like explaining all of that. I'm not sure how to put that in for everybody else. Let's tell ghost stories and then they tell stories about themselves. That still feels a little forced to me, but that is so adorable. That would be really cute. Like, my main problem is I can't find just like a natural place to put this. Because if I put all of them in at once and it's just like, let's tell ghost stories, like that suddenly that's a huge break from the main plot for a really long time. I need people to understand how funny Squeakers and Tails are, though. That's clown divorce. I need to explain the clown divorce. Clown ghost divorce. Can you imagine being Will-O-Wisp and being told by ghosts in your sanctuary that they want to get a divorce, and then you have to go, like, somehow manage not to reveal to the divorce lawyer that the people you're representing are dead. Oh yeah, wait, that was like an actual thing. When Tails died, he specifically asked that Will-O-Wisp go get a divorce before she processed like a death certificate or anything. He wanted the divorce while he was legally still alive. And then immediately after the divorce happens, it's just like, okay, now we can get started on my funeral and everything. Now you can do that. I just really needed that divorce. Honestly, good for them. They know what they want. The only problem now is they just live together for eternity. Do you know how funny it is that that's one of the first things that Finch sees about the neighborhood? They pop into existence, look out the window, and Squeakers and Tails are arguing about their divorce. And Finch just has to sit there and go, where am I? Who are these people? What's going on? While they're just like arguing about who stepped on the other's lawn. The first thing Finch learns in this world is ghost divorce. I love this story, guys. It's great. Oh, it's awesome. Oh my god. I'm realizing now, the only reason I named him Tails is because the name of the file for his reference image was I miss my wife, Tails. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He hates her, actually. He does not miss his wife, Tails. He does not miss her a lot, but he will be back because he's stuck here forever. We call this a really big inside joke. Oh man, I can't imagine, like, potentially having to explain this to someone who has never seen the Snapcube Sonic dubs. Like, I will admit, I think we all do this. I do daydream sometimes about my stuff getting really big, and then people, like, interview me about my things, so I have an excuse to talk about it for a really, really long time. This does happen sometimes in my daydreams where someone's like, oh, you know, the ghost divorce was so silly. Like, what made you do that? What made you think of that? And I'm gonna have to be like, okay, so, you know Penny Snapcube on YouTube. we gotta go a few steps back from here. You ever play Sonic? Do you know of Sonic the Hedgehog? We need to start there. I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back. And then turns out, no, he does not miss his wife. Sonic. I know him. I know who he is. Like, on the one hand, that would be, like, absolutely, like, mortifying to have to admit to someone who maybe doesn't have context. On the other hand, if it's at the point where in my actual daydream scenario, someone is actually interviewing me about a comic that got big enough that they want to hear what I have to say, they can't stop me. I've already done it. It already exists, and they already love it. They can't stop me. They're just also gonna go watch the Snapcube Sonic dubs. I try to have that. I think that dub is like 20 minutes. I could stop the interview and just show them the dub. What was I gonna say? I try to have that mentality when doing this of like, I'm not trying to appeal to everybody. I am making my funny self-indulgent ghost comic. It's gonna be great. I'm not trying to make something that other people are going to like. I am making it because I think it would be cool, and if I think it would be cool, there's probably at least one other person out there who also thinks it would be cool. But at the same time, how fucking funny would it be if it got, like, big and popular, and then I had to explain all my inside jokes to people? What if I just didn't? What if I just didn't explain anything, and then people were like, I'm gonna take this completely seriously and play it completely straight, and then I'm just sitting in the back going, they don't know about the Snapcube Sonic dub. I think it would be fun. I think it would be fun. I know everyone always says that, like, you never want to get big on the internet because, like, there's so many negatives to it. I think it would be fun. Mostly because, like, I'm not making serious posts about stuff that would cause drama. I'm making funny, silly ghost comic of my OCs. Like, these are my silly guys. It's the same kind of mentality that I had going into my thesis defense with this comic. Was just, you all chose to be here. So, like, at this point, I can just do anything I want. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. And as soon as I started thinking about that, all my anxiety for that presentation just went away. It was just like, you all chose to be here. Even the panel of, like, all the teachers on the panel, they read what the proposals are going to be and say which ones they would like to be at. And that's how they schedule everything. They all chose to be there. So I'm going to talk about my funny ghosts for an hour, and you can't leave because that would be impolite. It's awesome. Like, I know people will just find ways to be assholes about it, but that's not my problem. I'm making funny ghosts. If you decide to just, like, overanalyze it in a way that doesn't make sense and is not what I said at all, that's your problem. It's my time for my funny ghosts. You know, I say this like there's not actual, like, themes in here and actual things I'm trying to say. Like, so much of the comic is, like, how to find your identity when the people around you absolutely refuse to acknowledge who you are, and, like, there's, like, themes of disability and stuff in there, and, like, how you have to, like, how people kind of view you as lesser if you don't interact with the world in the way they expect you to. Like, there's actual, like, things going on in here. But I know there's going to be people on the internet who will look at that and go, I don't like that this character died. And it's like, buddy, it's a story about ghosts. I'm gonna kill all of them eventually. Just maybe not in comic. They're all gonna die eventually. Like, why are you mad that I killed them for plot reasons? You know? Like, I have spent probably an embarrassing amount of time anticipating what the drama would be if this did, like, catch people's attention. And it's always the things that are like, yeah, it's a story, and that's how stories are made and how they work and what happens in them. That tends to be what the Tumblr drama is about, is just like, it's the poor reading comprehension site. You know? But I can put up with that if it means people are looking at pictures of my OCs. I'm gonna make people look at Kisaragi, and everyone's going to love them, or I'm blowing up this whole website. God, it would be fun though. It would be fun. I gotta like think of stuff I'm allowed to say about the comic now. What's like a non-spoiler thing that slapped? Oh, fuck no. All my favorite stuff is at the end. Shit, okay. Veridon's an idiot. Veridon sucks. I thought he was cool and fun and interesting, and then I started writing him, and now I hate him. That's never happened before. That has never happened before. But I started actually writing, like, his dialogue and stuff, and he sucks. He sucks so bad. When did that happen? When did he become an asshole? Like, I don't know. I certainly didn't make him one. That was all him. Oh my god, he sucks so bad. And like, I have to attribute some of it to just the general, like, doesn't know how to manage social situations thing, which I took from personal experience, so calling him the worst person alive feels a little mean when I put my own anxieties in that guy. But he does it so much worse than I do. Like, he's worse. Okay. I actually do know why this surprised me. Which is, I'm used to thinking about him, like, before I wrote the comic, I was used to thinking about him in terms of what he was like before the comic happened. And he was fine. He was chill. He was a cool guy. And then the comic happened and now he sucks. Yeah, it's the opposite of a redemption arc. I could make him worse. But, like, I actually did, and now he's annoying to me. That's actually kind of why I was really excited about the sequels, because, like, he's still in there. And now that the main plot of this comic wasn't happening, he's back closer to how he was before all the plot stuff, like, made him annoying. And I was really excited to write that. And then I thought about it a bit more, and no, he's just as annoying. Oh my god. He's just as infuriating to write. I can't believe it. He did it twice. He did it to me twice. I can't believe him. Obsessed with me? Why? Because I hate my characters? How did you... I'm honestly kind of mad that Veridon's pretty gender. He's got a lot of gender in there. I love her. I love her. Oh wait, I think I lined the scars. I'm gonna put it on a new layer just in case I don't, but I think I do. Like, oh my god, he's not allowed to have... Oh, this is not the one that I need. I need this one. He's not allowed to have this much gender. Like, look at him. He's got the funny hat. He's got the long hair. He's got the bird motif. Like, he's not allowed to have this much gender. It's not fair. I need him to suck so I can hate him properly. It's not even that I hate him. Like, he's still fascinating to me. But he's fascinating because he sucks so bad, and he knows he does, and he chooses not to fix it. He chooses not to do anything about it, because it's just easier. He's a... No. 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 Hey, I'm pointing at you. I'm pointing at you on my screen. No, don't say that. You back off. You don't finish that sentence. You don't. No. Put it down. He's not going on the Sexypedia. He has no appeal. He is a wet paper bag. No, you guys can't all be dying in my chat. I need you to talk to. God. Who was it? Hang on. I did my thesis defense. Like, I had all of my prepared stuff. It was Kisaragi! Oh my god! Someone mentioned in the Q&A part of my defense, do you know that Kisaragi would be a Tumblr sexy man? And my response, dead ass, I have the video, was, Kisaragi? I thought it would be Michael. I thought Michael was the Tumblr sexy man. Why is it Kisaragi? Like, okay. Let me put this into perspective. Michael, okay? Look at him. Top hat, bow tie, funny suit, cape, staff. Like, look at him. He's an asshole. He's the antagonist. Like, Tumblr sexy man. And they chose to name Kisaragi, the funny train boy, as the Tumblr sexy man. I don't get it. But I think it's the same reason Ingo from Pokemon is a Tumblr sexy man. It also didn't register in my brain because I see Kisaragi and I think they're like 12. They're not. They are an adult, but they register in my brain as a child for some reason. Like, they are an adult. They are. They had a job, or at least they wanted to be the train conductor. They wanted to so bad. They didn't get the job before they died, but they wanted to, and they could. They were actively working on it. Listen, I think it's because of just like the silly goose energy that they have. They're just very, very silly. And I went, aw, baby. It's the silly goose energy. Usually Tumblr sexy men are like... Usually the Tumblr sexy men are the antagonists. Like, that's a theme. Kisaragi, I feel like, is too silly to be a Tumblr sexy man. They tend to be very serious characters. And if they're not, they're still antagonistic. I don't know. That was still like the funniest thing anyone has ever said to me, though. Which part of this is like Sans? Okay, Sans is a silly goose, right? Silly goose. He's a silly guy, right? Okay. But if you play the No Mercy run, he's still antagonistic. He still has an antagonistic role. Actually, Kisaragi has a monster form. Huh. That may be doing things in their favor. I forgot about that. Oh. Kisaragi is only scary when they need to be. When people are being mean and like being mean. I don't know. Listen. I know the monster fuckers are gonna come for me. I know they will. That's the one thing I'm not prepared for. I'm too ace for this. Like, I don't get it, but I hope they're having fun. I'm trying to think of, like, actual things that people would have to do to get kicked off of the ghost train. Aside from, like, the very obvious, like, in-comic example of this. But, like, most of the stuff that I saw people get kicked off of trains for is not something you can do as a ghost. Like, you can't smoke, because, like, you don't have lungs, and you don't need to breathe. And any smoke would just be, like, regular, like, ghost mist or whatever, and, like, people are used to that. That wouldn't get you kicked off the train. You can't really get in fights because Kisaragi would stop them too quickly, and everyone respects Kisaragi too much to do that. Like, I can't actually think of something that would be a serious enough offense to actually get you kicked off of the train because Kisaragi just loves having people on the train. And also, if you do piss off Kisaragi, they get scary enough that you usually don't do it again. Like, I think in all my time taking the train to school, I only ever saw, like, maybe 2 or 3 people get, like, actually removed from the train. One of them was because the guy just had a fucking machete and was just walking around with that, and they're like, hey, you can't have that out on the train. And he was like, cool, and then left. That was fucking weird. That was a weird day. You guys can have your cool, scary women. I want a funny train person. Well, good news, Fitz. Good news, Fitz. There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. I'm gonna be honest, Rain. I would not consider the Max to really be a train. Like, I haven't been on, like, an actual non-public transport train. It is fun, though. Like, I hated doing it for school, because it took me, like, 2 hours to get to school. And that kind of sucked, because I had stuff I wanted to be doing. But now that I don't have to do it, like, I miss it. Train is a train, but I would say the Max line is kind of like baby's first train, if that makes sense. You've been on a train with a food car? That sounds awesome. I want to eat food on a train. I want to be able to walk around on the train while it's moving. The Max is too shaky for that. You would fall over. I think the only time I have ever actually broken the rules and walked on the train while it was moving was one time I, like, looked up, like, I smelled, like, a weird smell, looked up, and the guy, like, sitting across from me was just straight up vaping, and there's, like, smoke everywhere. I was like, oh, fuck. And then I just got up and left. That is, I believe, in the 4 years of taking the train, that is the only time I have broken the rules. And walked on the train. You're not supposed to do that. Don't do that. But also, I needed to walk away from that man. With the obvious exception of, like... Oh, it does go on both sides. The obvious exception of, like, if the seats are full and then I'm standing on the train, but I'm standing. I'm standing on the train while it's moving. I'm not walking. I gotta follow the rules on the train, you know? Kisaragi would love me. Every single time I see one of the cargo trains pass by, on my way somewhere, I always count the cars. They tend to average about 120. I don't know why. Hang on, actually, I need to pull this up. Hang on. I forget how I draw her because it's so much different than her, like, actual reference image. There we go. She's cute! Every time you picked me up, there's almost always a train we pass by, and every single time I go, look, it's the train, and it's the same train every time. And it's a good train. It is a good train. I will count the cars on the train every single time. It's harder when I'm talking, but I do count them. It does usually still average to 120, which makes it very hard to count, actually. That's a big number. It's like horses. If you're driving somewhere and you see horses, you let people know that there's a horse. You let people know that there's a train. Like it's important information. Like cows! Like cows! Yeah. It's the same thing. It's important information. That's my job as the passenger of being in the passenger seat, is to let the driver know when there's good cows and good trains. Trains are an animal to me. I live close enough to the blue line of the trains that sometimes I hear them go by, and it's fucking awesome. You have to announce the train. You have to announce when the train is nearby. How the fuck do I draw her eyes? Oh, that's right. Oh, her eyes suck to draw, actually. Hang on. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. Oh, it's easy. Okay, okay. So this is how I draw her eyes. Hang on. This is not the version with the layers, so I kind of just have to like gesture and hope you get what I'm talking about. Okay, so the first thing is to draw like this outline of the lashes and just like the top of the eye, and then that gets airbrushed to be what color it is, and then next layer below that is the eye itself, and that gets this sort of like circle of blue and then this line of lighter blue, and then I cut into it with the base color of the eyes, and that's how I airbrush that, and then cut into it with this, just like erase it. The next layer below that is the white of the eyes, and that just goes under all of this, and then the next layer below that is like this eye makeup, and that goes below everything else. So it's her eyes alone take like 4 to 7 layers depending on how much detail I'm putting into it, but they're all just stacked on top of each other. I always have to remind myself how it works whenever I draw her, but she's cute, so like it's worth it. I do it because it looks good and that's how I draw it. She's pretty. It's also really funny to me that like she has permanent poor little meow meow biggest wettest eyes in the whole world. Like she just looks like that. She's got vision problems. Like, so her eyes have to stay big to see more stuff. I like that's actually plot relevant at some point, is that she can't see very well. But it does also mean that she looks like a sad little cat most of the time. she's oh, I love her so much. I love her so much. She's my mom. I wish she was my mom. I love her. And she's adorable. She's doing her best. And her best is actually pretty good compared to most of the people in this story. But I mean, how do I put this in a way that makes sense? Her best still kind of sucks because there's not really much anyone can actually do to help Finch. Like, this is all stuff they have to do on their own. And sometimes her constantly trying to find a solution to things just stresses them out more. But she has to be helpful. Like, she has to be helpful. That is her whole point as the mom friend. She has to help people when they are sad and having problems. And she does actually help. She has, like, personal experience with, like, the transparent arms not being able to hold up objects, and that being the main way that people like to interact with people. And, like, having to find workarounds for that. She has genuinely good advice, but it's not enough to fix everything, and that fucking kills her. Like, that... Oh, it's so... I wouldn't say infuriating, because I don't think she ever actually gets mad. But it's... Oh, it's killing her. That she can't just, like, fix everything just by giving Finch some tea and inviting them to come sit down. Because they can't pick up the teacup, because they can't grab anything. But yeah, I go into that more in the sequel, I think. I tried my best to lean into it in just, like, the main story whenever I could, because that is a very big part of her character, and it does become relevant at points, but not as much as it does in the sequel. Sequel, like, goes into that in detail, and it's actually, like, a plot line that means a lot to me. Is, like, she spends the entire first book being so put together and so on top of things. She's the mom friend. She knows how to help everyone. She does a pretty decent job of it. Like, she gets Jewel and Thistle to start liking Finch. She's the reason that they start seeing Finch as, like, an actual person. And she does so much to genuinely help. And then as soon as it becomes apparent to her that she can't help as much as she used to, or she loses, like, some of her ability to actually be able to fix things, it just completely loses it. Just a complete, like, I don't want to say midlife crisis because she's dead, but it's like having to figure out who she is as a person if she can't help people. Which I'm just gonna say is, like, a very relatable plot line to me and leave it at that. But it means a lot to me to, like, have to write that and write someone, like, having to help her through that. Because, like, she doesn't want help. She's the one that helps other people. So if you try to suggest that, like, maybe you should do this, maybe we should try this, she just turns it down on principle. Because that's not what she's not supposed to be taking other people's advice. She's the one that gives the advice. That's her job. That's her whole purpose as a person, and then that's where the problem lies. Is just she's put all of her self-worth on this one character trait of hers that can easily go away due to circumstances outside of her control. Which, you know, none of this is relevant to the first book at all. But I think about it. I think about it a lot. Because, like, she's so put together and so kind and perfect and motherly in the first book to the point where the second one kind of comes out of nowhere. But if you actually pay attention to, like, what she's doing in the first one, you can see her do that. You can see her try to force solutions on things. You can see how much it kills her when someone turns down her advice. Like, it's still there. It's still a part of her character, even if it's not yet something that's actively an issue until the second book. And I think about it so much. She is trying so hard. And I love her. And I wish she was my mom. But also, she needs to go to ghost therapy. I love her so much, though. There's, like, so much to her character that I don't have the time to get into. that's kind of part of the reason why I started thinking about the sequel. Like, I still don't really have too much main plot going for it. There's just so much I want to say and so much I want to get into with these characters. There's so much potential here for just more stuff happening. And I want to get into it. But I feel like I should make this one first before I even start to seriously think about it. You know? I have a tendency to get interested in a project and then suddenly, as soon as I start working on it, it's 10 times bigger than it should be. Because I can't just leave it alone, and I want it to look professional, even though I, by myself, cannot work at a professional, like, quality for a whole big thing like this. So I'm gonna just make the book first. And then if people like it, I can make the second one. The fact that I only recently, like within the last year or so, started getting ideas for a sequel though, if it never gets it, if the sequel never happens, I will not be too upset. It wasn't really ever supposed to happen. Like, I have ideas for it. I have really cool ideas for it that I would love to do. But at the same time, if I have to move on to a different project instead, I wouldn't be too upset with that. I have like 20 different stories I need to do. I have the Hallowed. I have Solitarius. I want to go back and do the Villain School at some point. Like, I have so many. So if I just can't do this one again a second time, maybe that wouldn't be so bad. But, like, basically, the first book was not written with the intention of selling a second one. It was written just to be its own thing and be cool, and it's awesome. But if people wanted a second one, I could. There's some... I've already got, like, 2 songs for it in my Whisper Court playlist that are, like, sequel-specific. Is that someone knocking on my door? I actually can't hear. Oh, it is. Okay, give me 2 seconds. Everyone send good vibes to my sister. She's going to opening night at her play today. Everyone send her good vibes. I hope she does a good job. She's been really excited about it. It's really sweet. I completely lost my train of thought, by the way, but maybe we were done with that. Hang on, actually, just real quick. Just so, like, she has it. I'm taking a picture of your good luck messages and sending it to her. Just so she knows. Oh, fuck, I unplugged my phone. Okay, whatever. I'll deal with that later. I love Lorelai so much. I love her. Near. Oh, that means I can get rid of this. I don't need it. Man, Near isn't in there very much either, but I just think it's cool. There is like a very specific reason of Nier not being in a lot of the stuff, which is just it only exists in reflections and it doesn't like talking to people. Nier minds its own business and almost gets away with it, but the plot demands otherwise. It's having a great time, just chilling. It is also besties with Thistle. Sometimes Thistle will just come by and just start chirping at it, and it just goes, wow, I love noises and sounds. As long as it's not like a conversation it is expected to participate in, it's fine with just like the funny noises that Thistle makes. So they are besties. Thistle doesn't get to like interact with people a lot, both because it's really hard to get around when you're like 6 inches tall, and also Marionette tends to do the speaking for the both of them, which is really funny when Marionette only does sign language. I mean, no one really understands Thistle. They only talk in like squeaks and chirps. So it's fun sometimes to just go to Nier and just start ranting about their day, and Nier just goes, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Funny noises. I love those funny noises. And it's great. It's awesome. They have a weird friendship, but I think it's sweet. I think I've only ever drawn Nier like maybe twice. And it somehow looks slightly different every time I do it. I actually need to, hang on, I need to pull up the ref for this guy. Oh god, where did it go? That's the fonts. No, this one. Don't look at concept art, Jewel. She's not round yet. It's not right. It's unnatural. She needs to be round. Okay. You know, I lined the space on here, but I don't think I want to. I kind of want it to just be a cloud. Nothing's stopping me from doing it. Again, I've drawn it maybe twice, so... Oh god, I sketched this so loosely. Where does the hand go? Concept art Jewel isn't real. She can't hurt you. I honestly think that, like, the format of Whisper Court would work really well in a TV format. 'Cause, like, I kind of have to speed along things because the comic can't be 800 pages. But I think if it would work well with an episodic format. It also would mean that I'd have to, like, change some of these designs, though, because, like, Jewel would be hell to animate. Holy shit, that would suck so bad. I would not want to do that to anybody. I wouldn't want to curse them like that. Like, I think Lorelei would be pretty simple, because even though it takes me like 17 different layers to draw her, you could very easily just like puppet animate her eyes and just keep them all on like a single thing. You would only maybe need to draw them at specific angles. I could see someone better than me at that finding a way to do it easily. I think Finch would actually be pretty hard to animate. Mostly because, like, a lot of things on them are on different layers. Like, Lorelei takes me 7 layers just for her eyes. Finch takes me, like, 20 layers overall. Finch is really complicated because things, like, transparent things need to be on top of other things. And I think Finch would suck. Well, I mean, I guess, like, animated stuff, if you're animating it at the speed and quality you need for TV animation, parts of the characters are on different layers anyway. I think this would simply, like, maybe add 1 or 2 for the transparency. Maybe it would work. Maybe it would work. Again, someone who knows more than me about this. I don't do... I don't want to say puppet animation, but I think that is what it is. Or at least just, like, I don't really know how to, like, rig a model. Or... I mean, I do. I've done it once, but not in, like, a professional setting. I just hand draw everything. I just draw it. So, I think it would be fun to learn that, though. It would make it a lot easier to animate stuff. It also sucks so bad to do it to Finch, though. Holy shit. What's another one that would, like, be horrible to animate? I think most of these guys are pretty simple. I think most of them are fine. Let me, like, look at the cast again real quick. Hang on. Oh, Rose would need to be tuned down a little bit. She's got too much stuff going on. She would need to be simplified. I think Squeakers would be really funny if, like, the texture she's made out of was, like, chowder, where it's a flat texture and she just moves around it. Marionette would probably need to be simplified. He's got a lot of stripes. All the humans are fine. They're just chilling. They're just normal people. It would be really funny if Wally's coat was also, like, a static pattern. Alizarin would suck with that much transparent hair, I'm gonna be honest. Otherwise, I think they're fine. Simon's a lot of stripes, but I look at Simon and Lucien, and they seem complicated, and then I draw them and it's fine. Michael might be a bitch, actually. Michael would be a bitch. Marana would definitely need to be toned down. There's changes that would need to be made if I were to, like, actually animate any of these guys. But I still think it would be fun. Michael's a bitch. I hate him so much. He sucks so bad. He's so stupid, though, and that makes him funny. Like, he's so stupid. He's a fool. He's an absolute idiot. You know that joke that people have where, like, if a building is falling or a tree is falling or, like, something's coming at you that's very tall and large, people always make fun of like, movie characters running away in a straight line because it would be easier to just sidestep it. He runs away in a straight line. He is the guy who would run away in a straight line, because he does. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in the comic, I'm not gonna lie. He's a fool. He's a fool and a buffoon. He also, like, severely hindered his ability to actually pull off his evil plot on page 1. Like, he fucked up bad immediately. And it's really funny to me. He could have just not done any of that. He could have just not done that. And then he did. And then it wasn't until the very end where someone fixed his mistake and he went, "Oh, wait a second. I could have been doing this the whole time." Like, he fucked up right away. And it's so funny. I hate him. I hate him so much. I hate him so much. It's so funny, though. He's so bad at this. Most of his evil plots before the comic was just, like, how to get as much attention as possible from anyone for any reason. And now he has to, like, actually scheme and, like, think things through. And he's not very good at that. He's not. But it's funny. Because he somehow still manages to be incredibly successful. He has to think for the first time in his life. He's very good at scheming. He's very, very good at scheming. His one problem was he kind of relies on other people being too scared of him to do anything. When Will-O-Wisp is a bitch and wants him dead. So... He's so full of himself that he just kind of assumes that he gives off, like, antagonist energy, and then people will see that and go, oh, I don't want to fuck with this guy. Yeah, he sucks. He sucks so bad. Like, he is stupid. He is a fool. He does not think things through. And he's kind of an idiot. But he is wildly successful. I think maybe out of all of his schemes, only 2 really haven't... No, 3? 3 of them haven't gone the way he wanted them to. 4, actually. I keep thinking of new ones. This is not going the way I expected it to when I started this sentence. But, like, he does... To be fair, in the grand scheme of things, he has been scheming for so long that 4 of them not going well is nothing. It's like maybe 1%, if that. He's a schemy little guy, and everyone hates him. His main weakness is just, like, he expects people to just follow him and like accept his threats as enough to do whatever he wants them to do. And then when they decide not to do that, he was so much not expecting it that it backfires in his face horrendously, and it's really funny. He's such a CEO? Don't say that. Don't say that. He would suck at poker. I don't know how poker works, but I'm gonna take your word for that. Oh my god. He would be really good at bluffing in poker, but I feel like he would try the same techniques too often that people start to catch on, and then he never wins again. Like, he's such an idiot. He's so funny. Oh, this is all the circles. Oh, shit. We're in Circle Town now. Get too full of himself and fall on his ass? I mean, yeah, that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. Like, he actually does something that I don't think many of the antagonists I write do, which is he gets help from people to do his schemes. He just somehow never anticipates anyone, like, refusing to help him. Which is really funny. Like, he's one of the only antagonists I've ever written that gets help from his friends, and his friends fucking hate him. Like, there's something deeply wrong with him. It's so funny though. It's so funny though. I love writing him. Cause like his dialogue is so much fun to write cause he code switches depending on who he's talking to. Which means I could literally write him saying anything and he would say that. I never, not once, had to sit there and go, would he say that? Because yes, he would. He would say anything. I don't know what he actually sounds like. I don't know how he actually talks. Because I've only ever written him talking to people he's trying to manipulate and impress. Which is actually kind of fascinating to me. I'm a little bummed I'm never gonna find out. I don't plan to write him again anytime soon. But like, man, he's so fascinating to me. I want to study him like a bug. And he would let me. He would be such a character I adore if it weren't for the everything else. Oh, he sucks so bad. Oh my god, I kind of hate that he's fun to write. Because, like, everything he's doing, I hate him for. Like, oh my god. Every single scene where he talks to Finch made me want to break my phone in half. Like, get away from them. Stay back. You're not supposed to be here. Oh my god. I can't wait to like draw some of these scenes that I hate, because I need you guys to understand why I hate him so much. Like, oh my god. I can't even think of any good examples. I think he only talks to Finch over halfway through the story. Well, no. Technically, yes. I think I should stop talking. But god, every single thing that comes out of his mouth is infuriating. God, I want him dead. I want him dead so bad, but I can't kill him because he's already dead. The one problem with having a story about ghosts, sometimes the character you want to kill is already dead. You can't kill them again. I can put him in timeout though. You can put him in timeout for 100 years and then check to see if he's learned his lesson. Send his ass to hell! I can't! I can't! If you're a ghost in this universe, you have to consciously decide to move on to whatever afterlife you think you're going to have. And see, the thing about Michael, he's so full of himself. He can totally say that, oh yeah, you know, technically I did nothing wrong because it's everyone else's fault for getting mad at me when they control their own emotions, like that bullshit. But he knows if he tried to move on to escape his timeout, he would just be going straight to hell. So he's not going to do that. But it's really funny to me that he knows. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know that he knows until just now. He knows. Like, he'll never admit it. He will never consciously admit it to himself, but he knows. I do think the way that like ghosts in the afterlife work in this story is very interesting to me, because a lot of it is like the concept of death and the afterlife is so like deeply personal that it felt weird to me to just like decide on something. So it is just like you're chilling, you're hanging out until you don't want to hang out here anymore, and then you go wherever you think you're going to go. So most ghosts just kind of chill for like a while and then go, okay, I'm bored, and then just peace out. But like if you personally do not think there is anything after that, you're not gonna go anywhere. You'll just be in the void. And that is typically not something you would want unless you're just bored. You're done chilling. You're done existing. You wanna just leave and peace out, and then you can. But like it felt so strange to me that whenever I was talking about this story with like people at school, they would be like, okay, so like how does the afterlife work in your story? And I'm like, it doesn't matter to me. That's not something I get to decide. Like, I don't want to pick a religion because either I do the one I was raised with and that's not very cash money, or I do one I don't know as much about and potentially screw it up and that's not very cash money. And like, why should I have to pick? Why should I have to pick when there's so many different versions out there that all have like cool things going for them? Why do I get to decide for every single person in this universe? No. You get to pick. You get to decide what you're doing. So, I don't know. It's not something that ever really comes up because like most of the characters you interact with have decided to stay and just chill. Like Lorelai's been there for hundreds of years. She's the oldest ghost in the neighborhood. And she's probably never going to leave. She likes where she is. She likes her friends. She likes the neighborhood. She's probably never going to leave, and that's fine. She doesn't have to. You can chill and you can stay. I think the only time where you wouldn't get to choose is if you were like someone who couldn't fully form, couldn't accept their death and move on, and then you're just kind of stuck there until you just fade into whatever comes after anyway. If you want to be able to choose to stay, you have to accept who you will be when you do stay. So that's the scary thing for Finch though. That's like, Finch doesn't have any memories of like being alive or learning anything about religion and the afterlife, so they have no afterlife to go to if they fail to stay. That's the scary thing to them. Like that's why they're trying so hard to stick around, even though everyone hates them, is because they love being alive. They love being here. They haven't been here for very long. They want to see more of it. And they don't know where they will end up, if they end up anywhere at all, if they fail to stick around. And they want to see what's going on. They want to hang out with their friends. So it's the big reason why when everything goes to shit and everyone hates them and they think there's nothing going for them, they don't give up. They just try to figure out like what's wrong with them because they assume the problem is with them, and they try to figure out how to do it anyway, but they're so scared of the loss of progress of having to start over because of that. It's like they don't know where they're gonna go. Probably nowhere. And that's really fucking scary when they are so small and they've barely started existing. They want to keep existing. They think it's fun and cool. Like, oh, it's not something I usually think about with this story because it's not usually something that would ever come up. But when I do, it makes me sad. They love to live. They love being alive. They may be a ghost, but that's all they can remember. They love being there and just hanging out. And then everyone hates them for hanging out. Like, it's so fucked. They're doing their best. Ugh, I got a sippy. I've been talking a lot. Finch is trying so hard to just be, and it seems like no one wants to let them do that, and it's so scary. Like, that's the thing, isn't it? I've never really thought about it like that before, but all the people trying their hardest to make sure Finch doesn't form, or like telling them that they shouldn't, are basically trying to kill them. They have nowhere else to go. And I think the other ghosts are so used to the inherent knowledge that they're gonna go wherever they want that they don't understand that Finch doesn't know this. Like, God, I just realized that. Oh no. They're too small for this. Oh, fuck. They're too baby for this. Oh no. Oh no, wait a second. The consequences of my actions. Oh no. I would try to shift topics and just be like, oh, look at Rose, she's so pretty. But she's like the main one trying to basically kill Finch, so that's not that's not really a good pivot. Fuck. Oh god. Consequences of my actions. They're coming for me. God, she is so pretty though. I do think Rose is the only one that would be aware of the fact that Finch thinks they're going to die if they don't form. Like, that's kind of the main problem at the start, is when you die as a ghost, like, you die, you become a ghost, it's fine. You kind of get the inherent knowledge of how being a ghost works. Like, you know how to move around. You know how to exist in the state you're in. Hi, Gray, what's up? And like, you know what's going to happen if you decide to stop being a ghost. Like, this is all just something that gets beamed into your head from day one. And I don't think everyone in the neighborhood actually knows that Finch doesn't have that. I think Jewel, Willow-Wisp, and Lorelai are the only ones that are aware that Finch has nothing to go off of. And Veridin, but you know, he sucks, so I forgot about him. So like, everyone else is just like, oh, what's the big deal? Like, Finch is just gonna move on and then we won't have to deal with them anymore. And to Finch, this is like, it'll be so much easier to deal with you when you're dead. Like, that sucks. That has to suck so bad. Yeah, hi Gray, I'm talking about my graphic novel. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. They're trying to survive a murder mystery, basically. They're trying so hard just to exist. God. Anyway, I love this story. I love making it. I love realizing things about it. Oh my god. I really did just do that to them, didn't I? I have to reread what I've written down anyway, because I'm trying to do the concept art for everyone's houses, and then I realized a bit too late that Finch is supposed to have a front porch, and I never gave them one. So I kind of have to reread it, see like what rooms I need. I forgot I have to design like the school and Nina's house and one singular room of Lucian's house. Oh shit, okay. I'll do that later though. Once I have if I have the neighborhood, I can start drawing the comic. Like I can just do it. I can just start doing it. The rest can come later when it's relevant. I'm not gonna worry about those ones too much. But oh man, I want to get started on it so bad. Oh my god. We're so close. We are genuinely so close to me being able to do this. Want to see you comic so bad it makes you look stupid. I want to draw a comic again. I miss it so much. My god. I miss it so much. I haven't drawn comics regularly since I had to stop doing the villain school. I'm going to explode. I miss it. That was my art. That was how I made art for a majority of being an artist, is just making comics. I miss it so much. I do have like one problem, which is, yeah, my art style is way more detailed now. So, and the character designs are way more detailed than the villain school was too, so it's actually gonna take me fucking forever to draw this. Took a 2-week break from comics and thought I was gonna die. I can't even imagine what you're going through. Oh my god. It killed me so much to make the announcement that I had to stop working on the villain school, because I kept telling myself, you know, I'm so determined to go back to this. I'm going to keep doing it. There's so much I have planned that I want to do. But I knew, even then, the second I hit post and made that announcement, I was not going back to it. Like, I convinced myself to do it by saying, you know, I could always just, you know, jump back in. No, I knew. I knew I was not gonna go back. If school got busy to the point where I had to stop, it was not going to stop being that busy until I graduated. So, I kind of just had to accept that. And then when I finally got to work on comic pages again for my thesis, I was so stressed from everything else going on with thesis that I couldn't really enjoy the fact that I was making comics again. Because instead of going, hoo 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 hoo, comics, I love a comic, I love making comics, I was spending the whole time going, okay, so I have to draw this many panels by Saturday, and then I have to spend the weekend writing the same paper 3 times, and then I have to start making my slides, but why would I make my slides when I don't have all the pages done, and suddenly I've been told to make 5 turnarounds instead of more pages, but I already thumbnailed the other pages, but I don't have Finch's house designed yet, and it was, oh my god, it sucked so bad. Oh, it was horrible. Oh my god, it was horrible. But now I'm in charge. And I get to decide to make my comic the way I want it to. It sucked. It actually, it made me stop working on the project for a couple of months. I had to let my brain calm down. And then just one day I found myself thinking about it again. I was like, oh, we're so back, baby. Oh, nice. I can't wait to get back to work on it. And now it's written and it's done. Oh my god. It's happening. Like, it's actually gonna happen. I'm gonna start making it, and then it'll be real, and then everyone can see it. That's fucking awesome, man. I get to make it. Also, I have decided, like, I had... One of the main problems that I had with presenting this as a thesis project was a lot of my teachers were concerned with how marketable it was going to be, because the point of the thesis project was, this is supposed to be going on your resume, this is supposed to get you work after you graduate, you have to make sure it's something that you can sell, which is why a lot of them are pitches for things that you can potentially send to a studio just fully finished. Unless you're 2 specific people I'm thinking of, in which case you just make like a 10-minute episode of a cartoon for real and just have that. And I don't know how either of them survived. It was so high quality too. Like, fuck, dude. I would never be able to do that. That's so impressive. Like, holy shit. Oh my god. I don't want to like go into more detail. I do want to go into more detail, but I don't think I can, because like I don't want to like just talk about people I knew from school. But oh my god, how did they survive? I forgot what I was talking about, like what I was trying to lead into, because holy shit, dude. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's right. So because it's supposed to be like a finished project that you can pitch to something, then I got a lot of questions about like, this might hurt your ability to market this to as many people as possible. And I had to like keep reminding myself, this is my project. This is my graphic novel. I'm going to make it the way I want to because I think it would kick ass if I did it this way. And I was right, by the way. There were like fair things they brought up though of just like the main thing I'm trying to get at here is I am ignoring all of their advice and I'm giving everyone their own fonts, and I actually have to go through and find some new ones. Because before the question of marketability on the fonts came up, I was told by my like thesis proposal like advisor, not my mentor, like the person running the class that's supposed to teach you how to propose your project, mentioned that there was some problems with like legibility on some of the fonts. Like if someone is talking for a long time with a font like that, it would probably be a bit harder to read than some of the other ones I had. So I think specifically, I think Lucian and I think Rose need new fonts. I was going to say that Squeakers might need a new font, but her font is literally like the carnival font, so I don't want to get rid of that. My main problem with some of these fonts actually has been the only version of it I have is an all caps version, and I don't like that. I've never really been a fan of when a font is just like all caps all the time, because then actually using all caps is like hard to convey, you know? Like suddenly a character's shouting but you can't actually tell because the text has been all caps this whole time. I've never really been a fan of that. But like Michael's font, Michael's ghost font is fucking all caps all the time. I need to find a new one for him. So I think it's about time I spend a couple more hours on open source font websites. I may need to go back and do some of those. Oh god, why do my lines get shaky the longer I'm doing them? Been 2 hours, how's your computer What? What? Huh? Oh god, it's 5. Oh fuck. My computer's holding up fine. I do have to go. I have an interview at 6. I have to go, like, eat something and get ready for that. Oh, shit. Thank you so much for the reminder. This flower is not working out. So I'm just gonna... Can we bring everyone back? Can we, like, unfade them? Yeah! Why is Jewel still faded? Get in here. Yay! This is way more of them than I thought I was gonna get to. I know, I gotta go. I was really hoping to make this a longer stream than usual because, like, it's the funny birthday and talking about Whisper Court stream. But I do have to go. There's, like, an actual interview for an actual animation job that I have in an hour. I thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for indulging me in the 2 hours of talking about my OCs. Thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna try to get back into a normal stream schedule, which means we're back to doing the big one, the autism chart on Tuesday. I don't think there's anything else I need to say. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, and thank you for the good lucks on my interview. I'm actually very nervous, but this is honestly hyped me up a little bit. Thank you, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.